Destruct, let's switch over to him. He is about at the same. We've got Mega coming up and Red, but Destruct is going to run away from Mega and leave it completely open. That's going to give Rafa the opportunity to go down in there, but he might go for Red. If he does, nope, he went for Mega. And now Rafa's going to move on in. Bad news for Destruct because he's going to give up both power-ups, and there it is. And that was a good opportunity for Destruct. He's going to now have to play a much, much more defensive game. 4 minutes and 20 seconds now on the clock. And Rafa is not going to let up so easily versus Destruct. Following complexity Destruct right now, 92 health and 98 armor. I haven't seen a terrible amount of flaws in Destruct's play. I just feel like I've seen a little bit more commanding play out of Rafa. And that's sort of dictating Destruct a little bit. When Destruct has got some good defensive shots or some good LG, he's done some decent damage. Here's another opportunity for him, but Rafa gets the jump, and Rafa had plenty of health there. I thought he might be lower, but he actually had more, about 100 remaining. And now Destruct with absolutely nothing is going to get shotgunned down. He tried to go for the famous Destruct pummel, but that's only going to probably not work against Rafa. So 6-1 is the score now with 3 minutes and 25 seconds remaining. Hopefully Slasher gets his issues resolved, and we will have him back. Sorry for that and his Time Warner internet out there in New York. 3 minutes and 9 seconds now on the clock. 7-1. If you just joined us, this is the Evil Geniuses Masters Cup Series, brought to you by MSI Notebooks. This is currently the semifinals of a 64-man tournament that played within the Quake Live Arena. And we started this weekend with 8 players. We are now down to 4, and we are starting to eliminate those 4 to find a winner who will ultimately win $2,000 as the grand prize and the chance to win a MSI GT660 notebook from DeHang if he can beat him in another series. 2 minutes and 30 seconds now on the clock, 8-1, and Rafa has this one pretty much in the bag at this point. I do not see a whole lot that Destruct would be able to do in order to make back not only 7 frag deficit, and I've said this before in many, many games, but the problem is that even if Destruct could turn it on all of a sudden, there's something to be said about the fact that you can't turn Rafa off. And so if a player is playing as well as Rafa is right this moment, there's nothing that Destruct can do with 1 minute 55 seconds on the clock that is going to allow him to, phase Rafa enough that he could claim victory. So he's just going to have to play this out garbage time. Destruct did lose his only frag, making it now 8-0. So Rafa looking to end this one in 3 quick games, I would suspect. But of course, we still got 2 more maps to go, T9, T1, and if Destruct can pull one away, T7 and DM6. So Rafa's going to start this one off and question anyone who might have chosen Destruct for this best of 5 series. However, he can't count anyone out until it's completely over. Destruct, though, not going to give up quite yet. And with 1 minute and 10 seconds left, Rafa will just continue to hold on to this lead. Let me watch Destruct here for a second, see what he's doing.
1 minute warning.
And there is the 1 minute warning. That will take us into game number 2. Rafa played really well. He had some very nice rockets. His LG was on. I think some things that Destruct did do well is he did manage to at least split the power-ups a couple of times there. He had a very, very good mega steal from Rafa, but the problem was that was 1 or 2 instances out of the game where Rafa was creating those instances consistently for himself. Another frag coming out by Rafa, and now we've got 21 seconds left on the clock, and that will take us into game number 2, which will take place on Tourney 9. And I'm excited because we only got to see one Tourney 9 match yesterday. So it's a great map. Very good. High action. Love it a lot. And there it is. Final score 9-0. And I just saw Slasher reconnect to the server, so potentially T9 will be the next map, and so underway in the first semifinal matchup of the Evil Geniuses Master Cup Series, sponsored by MSI Notebook. And Rafa, the #1 seed, goes up by 1 game. We're now going to switch that map.
The first ray of light, like never before. MSI Gaming Series evokes the ultimate sensory delights. MSI and Dyn Audio, the finest from 2 different realms, brings you surround sound with unrivaled audio impact. Feel the sensation. MSI GT660, powered by Intel Core i7 processor. Turbo Drive Engine Plus technology for faster, more stable, and powerful graphics performance. Dual SATA hard drives to double the transmission speed. Stylish design, sleek technology. MSI Gaming Series, the best and only choice. MSI.